It was 9:15 at night. The platform was almost empty. A few people stood near the edge looking at their phones. A cleaner pushed a cart slowly along the far wall. A pigeon walked in small circles near the bench. Mia sat alone. Her bag was on the floor beside her feet. Her coat was buttoned to the top. Her hands were folded in her lap. She was not looking at her phone. She was not reading. She was not doing anything. She was just sitting, staring at the space in front of her. She had missed her train, not because she was late, because she had sat down on this bench and could not find a reason to stand up again. Mia was 31 years old. She worked at a small printing company in the city. She had worked there for 7 years. She came in early. She stayed late. She never complained. She never asked for anything extra. She was the kind of person who refilled the coffee machine without being asked, who stayed to finish a job even when everyone else had gone home, who remembered colleagues' birthdays and left a small card on their desk in the morning. Nobody noticed these things, or if they did not say so. Mia did not mind. She was not doing them to be noticed. She was just doing them because that was who she was. But years of giving quietly and receiving nothing back had made her very tired, not angry, not bitter, just tired. She had been running on empty for a long time. She did not know how much longer she could keep going. And today had been the worst day. Her manager had called her into the office at 4 o'clock. He did not look at her when he spoke. He looked at the papers on his desk. "We are making some changes," he said. "Your position will be cut at the end of your notice period, 12 weeks from today." Mia sat very still. "We value your contribution," he continued. "This is not a reflection of your work." She nodded. She said, "I understand." She stood up. She walked back to her desk. She packed her bag. She said goodbye to no one. She walked to the train station. And then she sat down on this bench and missed her train and could not find a reason to stand up again. 12 weeks. That was all she had. She was still sitting there 20 minutes later when she heard a sound beside her, a slow, shuffling sound. She looked up. An elderly man was standing near the bench. He was looking up at the departure board with a confused expression. His coat was old but clean. He had a small bag over one shoulder. In his hand, he held a pair of glasses, one arm broken off, held together with tape. He looked at the board. Then he looked around the platform. Then back at the board. He was lost, and he was starting to panic. Mia watched him for a moment. She did not think about her own day. She did not think about the 12 weeks. She did not make a decision. She simply stood up. "Can I help you?" she said. The man turned. His face was full of relief at just being spoken to. "I cannot read the board," he said. "My glasses broke this morning. I need platform 9. My daughter is waiting for me." Mia looked at the board. Platform 9. Departure in 11 minutes. "Come with me," she said. She picked up her bag. She walked with him through the station, not fast, not slow, at his pace. When they reached platform 9, she could see his train already waiting. "There it is," she said. "You have time." The old man turned to her. His eyes were wet at the corners. "Thank you," he said. "You did not have to do that." Mia shook her head. It was nothing. She waited until he stepped onto the train. She watched the doors close. She watched the train pull away. Then she walked back to platform 7 and sat down again on the bench. She had not planned to help him. She had not thought about it. She had not chosen to be kind in the way you sometimes choose to be polite. It had simply happened, the way breathing happens, without decision. That is what instinct means. Instinct is something you do naturally, without thinking first. Mia's instinct was to help. It had always been her instinct. The coffee machine, the birthday cards, the staying late, the old man on platform 7. She did not know this about herself. She had never thought of it as something valuable. It was just who she was. She sat on the bench a little longer. Then she stood up. She picked up her bag. She walked to the next train. She did not think about the old man again. The weeks that followed were harder than she had expected. Mia updated her resume. She applied for jobs every evening after work. 10 applications in the first week, 12 in the second, 8 in the third. Some did not reply. Some sent a short email. "Thank you for your application. We will not be moving forward at this time." She went to 2 interviews. Both times she came home and sat quietly and waited for an answer that did not come. She kept going to work. She kept doing her job well. She refilled the coffee machine. She stayed late. She left birthday cards on desks. Nobody knew she was leaving. She had not told anyone. At night she sat at her small kitchen table and applied for more jobs and told herself it would work out. But by week 6, something had changed inside her. The voice started, quiet at first. "Maybe you are not as good as you thought. Maybe they can see something in your interviews that you cannot. Maybe 7 years of working hard at a job that let you go means something about your value." She tried to ignore it. She applied for more jobs, but the voice grew louder as the weeks grew fewer. By week 10, she was exhausted. Exhausted means feeling so tired that you have nothing left. Not just physically tired, tired in a deeper way, tired of trying, tired of hoping, tired of telling herself it would be fine when nothing so far had shown her that it would be. She had applied for 31 jobs. She had heard back from 9. She had interviewed for 4. She had been offered none. 2 weeks left. She sat at her kitchen table one night and looked at her laptop screen. There was one more application open, a communications role at a firm she did not know well. The job description fit her background almost exactly. She read it 3 times. She started to type her cover letter. She stopped. She stared at the screen. The voice said, "What is the point? You have tried 31 times. What makes this one different?" She closed the laptop. She sat in the dark for a long time. The next morning, she opened the laptop again. She finished the cover letter. She sent the application, not because she felt hopeful, because she did not know what else to do. 3 days later, she received a reply. They wanted to meet her. The interview was on a Thursday morning. Mia dressed carefully. She took the train to the city center. She arrived at the station early. She had 30 minutes before she needed to leave. She sat down on a bench on platform 7 to wait. The same bench, the same platform. She did not think about this. She was thinking about the interview, preparing answers in her head, trying to quiet the voice. Then she heard a sound. Footsteps, 2 sets, one slow, one faster. She looked up. An elderly man was walking along the platform with a woman beside him. The woman was holding his arm. Mia looked at the man. Something was familiar. The man looked at her. He stopped walking. His face changed completely. "It is you," he said. Mia looked at him. Then she remembered. Platform 7, the broken glasses. Platform 9, 11 minutes. "I remember you," she said. The old man turned to the woman beside him. "This is her," he said. "This is the woman I told you about, the one who walked me to my train that night. I was so lost, I was panicking, and she just stood up and helped me. No reason. She did not know me. She just helped." The woman looked at Mia. She was perhaps 45 years old, well-dressed, calm eyes, a careful smile. "He talked about you for days," she said. "He said a young woman helped him when he was lost and frightened. He said she waited until he was on the train." Mia shook her head. "It was nothing. It was not nothing to him," the woman said. There was a short silence. Then the woman said, "I am sorry, I do not want to be intrusive, but can I ask, do you live around here and what do you do for work?" What happened next was unexpected. Unexpected means something that happens when you did not plan for it and did not see it coming. Mia told the woman her background, where she lives, the printing company, the 7 years, the 12 weeks, the 31 applications. She did not plan to say all of this. It came out quietly, honestly, the way things come out when you are too tired to perform. The woman listened without interrupting. When Mia finished, the woman said, "I work at a communications firm. We have been looking for someone with exactly your background for 2 months. We cannot find the right person." She opened her bag. She took out a card. "I know you have an interview this morning, but if it does not work out, or even if it does, please send me your resume. I would like to speak with you properly." Mia took the card. She looked at it. She did not know what to say. The woman smiled. "My father is a good judge of people. He said you were kind. In my experience, kind people are also good workers." The old man nodded. He looked at Mia with warm eyes. "I hope things get better for you," he said. "You deserve good things." They walked away slowly, the woman holding his arm. Mia sat on the bench. She held the card in both hands. She was generous. Generous means willing to give something, your time, your help, your kindness, without expecting anything in return. Mia had never thought of herself as generous. She had never thought of helping the old man as an act of generosity. She had just stood up. She had just helped. But sitting on that bench, holding a small card that might change everything, she understood something for the first time. The things you give without thinking are the truest things about you. Not the things you give when someone is watching. Not the things you give because you want something back. The things you give at 9:15 at night on an empty platform when you have just lost your job and cannot find a reason to stand up. Those things. Those are who you really are. The interview that morning went well, better than any of the others. She did not know why. Maybe she was too tired to be nervous. Maybe she had nothing left to lose. Maybe sitting on that bench had reminded her of something she had forgotten about herself. That evening, she sent her resume to the woman on the card. 2 weeks later, she had 2 job offers. She chose the communications firm. On her first morning at the new company, she arrived early. She found the coffee machine in the break room. It was empty. She refilled it. Nobody saw her do it. She did not mind. This is Mia's story. But maybe it is your story too. Maybe you have been giving quietly for a long time, working hard when nobody is watching, helping people who do not say thank you, being kind in small moments that feel like nothing. And maybe right now you are sitting on your own platform 7, tired, uncertain, wondering if any of it means anything. It does. Not because the world always rewards kindness, not because every good thing you do will come back to you. But because the way you act when nobody is watching, when you have nothing to gain, when you are at your most tired, that is who you really are. And who you really are is the most valuable thing you have. Mia did not know that on the night she helped the old man, she was not being kind because she expected something. She was being kind because she could not be anything else. And that is enough. That will always be enough, because what you give quietly always finds its way back. If this story helped your English today, subscribe to Apex Fluency. Every story on this channel is written to help you grow your English and your life at the same time. Now I want to hear from you. Think about one small act of kindness you did for someone recently, something you did not plan, something you expected nothing from. Tell me about it in the comments. I read every single one. Don't go yet. Let's review our vocabulary list. 5 words from today's story. 1. Exhausted. Feeling so tired that you have nothing left, not just physically tired, tired in a deeper way. Mia was exhausted after 10 weeks of trying with no result. 2. Instinct. Something you do naturally, without thinking first. Mia's instinct was to help the old man. She did not decide. She just stood up. 3. Generous. Willing to give your time, help, or kindness without expecting anything in return. Mia was generous without knowing she was generous. 4. Unexpected. Something that happens when you did not plan for it. Meeting the old man again on platform 7 was completely unexpected. 5. Grateful. Feeling deeply thankful for something you did not ask for. Mia was grateful, not for the job offer, but for who she had been on that platform bench when nobody was watching.